Stop.
Stop. Okay. Oh, of course.
Wow.
Of course you do.
Good job. Yeah. So we got to stop our recording now. Or she just got to deal with all his.
Did you stop? Because I haven't stopped.
Yeah,
No, we haven't stopped.
I did.
I'll stop. We'll stop. We'll start again. Okay.
Wow, now we get to stop and start again.
Okay.
I'm not stopping and starting again. I'm just keeping it
You
going.
stopping and starting again so I can line them up. Jeez. I have... Unless you want to edit Slack.
He's a funny guy.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Now recording.
All right.
Hello, everybody. This is Jessiie B.
I've been streaming for a month. I have no voice today.
Why do you guys hate me though? Like, you know, I have this croaky voice. I'm still here. I'm still trying to be a part of this, and y'all are just making fun of me. Like, why did I bother?
It was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident that you streamed every day for a month, and then I can't talk today.
Wow.
Hello and welcome back to the very much unofficial Minecraft, unofficial update, unofficial podcast.
With unofficial Jessiie.
It's episode 35, and this is very much likely to be the shortest episode you have ever heard because we have no feedback, we have no news, we have no wish list items, no bugs, and no questions. So in order to fill this thing out a little bit, we're probably going to waffle on more than normal, and I've got a little bit of a surprise for you after the news. But before we get to that, let's get into what we've been doing this week, starting with Jessiie B.
Wow. This week, I finished up my monthly streams on the 31st, which was yesterday. I did my last one.
At the end of the month, was it?
Yes, it would have been at the end of the month. Yeah, I think it was like day 31.
You didn't want to do the 30-second.
Yeah, you know,
No.
I finished, and it was brilliant. I had a lot of fun. Turns out doing a month worth of streaming is kind of draining. Like it's tiring. And you know, maybe coincidentally my voice decided to just end and leave me around the same time.
Oh, Jessiie B.
It's fine. But the other thing I've been up to is I set up a new schedule, which I'm going to start next week, will be the start of the new schedule. And I am busy preparing for a nice weekend away. It is the Hub's birthday weekend. So we are spending all the family times hanging out. We're going to go to Disneyland. It's going to be a big old birthday thing. So we're excited.
Disneyland?
And yeah, Disneyland.
You haven't been there in a couple of weeks. It's probably all changed.
I haven't been there since May, I think. It's a month. But the exciting thing about that is I'm meeting up with Jade. You know, our TB member, Jade. Yeah.
No.
I am.
No, actual TB people's meeting up in real life. Oh my goodness, the world's going to explode. Oh, jeez.
That's going to
You guys are all going to be like, truly Bedrock meetings. Oh, we should organise them more and get everyone. Oh, no. What are you going to do?
It'd be great. Are you saying you wouldn't want to meet up and have hugs? I like to hug.
Yeah,
I want to hug everybody.
When you get back and you've been with Jade, you'll have come up with all these ideas and then we'll all have to listen to them and pay attention.
Wow. Imagine having to listen to me. Oh,
I know.
Shame.
Oh, jeez. Oh. I'm not so excited about this. No, that would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. I think that is genuinely the first time any truly Bedrock members will have actually met up in real life, won't it?
No, technically. To any current members, yes.
Yes.
But
they are the members, the current ones.
Well, Daphne and Killa met up in person when they were both on TB. So
yes,
yeah.
but they're not members.
Okay.
I was talking about TB members, Jessiie.
Well, I mean, they were at the time.
Yeah,
I mean, technically, Jen's a TV member. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. See?
Yeah, well, that doesn't count. No, sorry, try. Me and Jen. No, doesn't count. Okay, fine. You're the third two people. Wow, we totally ruined that. Not
sorry,
even
I'm
second
sorry.
place. Wow. Wow. Jeez. All right, Slack. What have you been doing this week?
Well, after last week's podcast, and I've been looking back and thinking about my scheduling, thinking about my channel, and thinking about everything. And I pulled a Foxy. I dug into analytics. And I'm very disappointed in myself. I can go back and look at my channel's growth since the start of TB, and it was really good. And I can see when I've had burnouts. We all have them. You have them. I have them. Jessiie has them. Everybody has them.
Yes.
But
Yes.
how do I put this? I guess the best way to put it is just to be frank and blunt and straight with it. I've started editing my own content again.
Ooh.
I love Watchful. As many as you all know, and as many people know out there, Watchful's been editing my content for over a year now, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with that, and it's not a bad problem, I've become disassociated with my content.
Yes.
I could go back. You
yeah.
could tell me something about season 0, season 1, and even season 2, and you can say the episode, and I can tell you everything that happened in that episode, pretty much. Once you get it in my memory, I remember it. I couldn't tell you nothing about season 3, and I couldn't tell you nothing about season 4. Nothing. Like, I can't remember nothing with this season. Like, I won't lie, I'm on the bandwagon waiting for a reset. But
Wow.
at the
too
same time,
early.
no, it's not too early. Look, we've almost been on
Too
here for a
early.
year. We've almost been on here for a year.
I've got to dig out a blooming big hole under Chaos Hill
do you
and fill it all in again
do you
with
realize
things.
it's
I haven't
September?
got time to quit.
Do you realize it's September? We've been on this map for almost a year now.
Yeah, that's a good time. That's a
Look.
great amount of time.
We don't know what they're going to be announcing midway through October. If they go, oh, we're going to fiddle with everything again at
I'm not
Christmas,
talking about that. I've
and
just
then
said I'm
next
on
June.
No, we've had our meetings, internal politics talking and things like that. We've had our meetings, and I'm not planning for. I'm just looking forward to one. So I've been finished my base mode for a while now. And it could go on for another year on TB. But my point is, I'm so disassociated with my content that I've started redoing my content and re-editing my own content and doing my own things again. And it's different. It's I forgot what it was like really editing like to that degree. Like a couple times now I've wanted to throw in the towel and be like, here, Watchful, just do this again for me. I don't want to do this. So like, what am I getting myself into? Why am I even thinking about this guy? Because it's so time consuming.
Yeah.
It's insanely time consuming. And then on top of
Can I
that,
ask a question? Does that mean Watchful's free now?
Right?
Does
right?
he want to edit a podcast once a week?
Oh, you want to know if Watchful would be interested in editing the podcast?
Yes. I'll pay him my $1 an hour that we earn from doing it.
Look, he can have my $1 an hour from this chair too. What about you, Jessiie? You gonna kick it over?
He can have mine too.
It's
$3 an hour. That's not bad. Not bad at all. That's $6 a week.
it's been interesting too, because the last 2 videos that I put out one Monday and I put out one Wednesday. And I don't want this to sound wrong. Both of those have been 1 out of 10.
Oh dear.
And I know it's not.
That's
I know it's not.
interesting.
I know it's not Watchful, because with Watchful, my watch time was better. My analytics were better. I don't know if people have noticed the difference in editing. Like I'm going back to see he couldn't get none of these options. Like, okay, so say you record your video and you go to edit it and you don't like something, you can go back right in the game right then and do it and re-record it.
Yep.
He doesn't get that option. And I've caught myself doing that several times, or voicing over something that I didn't like. I stammered my words or something like that. And I don't know. It's interesting. And then I feel like it's time to really kick my channel back in the butt and try to get it back in gear, because I've really let it slip more than I had planned. I don't think you ever planned to let it slip, but I think I got very complacent. Like, I would record, I would upload it to Watchful, and I'd just go about doing my thing. Record,
I would
load it.
I'd probably argue that it's time of year as well, because believe it or not, the last 2 videos I've done on my channel have been 1 out of 10s. I mean, to be fair, they're like the first 2 videos I've done on my channel in a very long time.
So both of us are in a this is interesting kind of concept, right?
Yeah, but I think there's probably there's probably like a freshness in your editing because you haven't done it in so long, so you'll have enjoyed it a bit more. You'd have put more time into it, and that'd probably show in the edit. Whereas, once you've done it for another few months, you'll probably be a bit more complacent, cut a few corners, and it won't get sloppy, but you know what I mean. You get used to it, don't you? So it won't be quite as, that love won't be in there as much as it is. So it's probably a big amalgamation of everything, because I don't think you're saying, and I don't think any of us could say that Watchful's done a bad job at all with your stuff. He's done an amazing job, really.
He saved my channel. Had it not been for Watchful at the time that Watchful showed up to do what Watchful did, I would have probably quit YouTube. I was that burned out on it. And it wasn't that I was burned out on YouTube. I was literally where you are right now, Jesse, because we've talked about this back in.
Yeah.
You hate editing right now.
Yeah.
You load up DaVinci and you almost want to cry.
Yep.
That's where I was. That's
you put
where I was.
everything in, and you're just like, if I have to listen to this for one more second, I'm gonna scream. So I haven't touched nothing.
Yeah. He showed up at that time for me. Because had he not, I would have probably quit YouTube in season 3. You remember during those meetings when I was petitioning, hey, we should really allow streamer-only people.
Yep. I remember.
That was when I was reaching my burnout of YouTube. Yep. And then, magically Jay comes in, and then it's just weird how that worked.
Totally coincidentally, not at all a plan on Slack's part at all.
No, that wasn't at the end of season 2 where I was approaching burnout really quickly. I edited the first episode of season 3 and I was like, done, not doing it anymore. Yep.
Well, the good thing is, at least I've never been burnt out ever.
Oh yeah, never.
Never at all. I've never had a break.
Like Jessie's never lost her voice.
Yeah. Exactly the same. Oh, geez. Have you done anything else this week, Slack?
Cooked amazing barbecue in the smoker. I just cooked a pork shoulder for 12 and a half hours in the smoker yesterday, and then put it in the crock pot in barbecue sauce all night, and we're going to have that today. Yeah.
That sounds good.
And then the day before that had smoked ribs. Yeah, all day smoked in the smoker. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I haven't done any of those things.
Well,
my week, I've been trying very hard to keep to this schedule that I've given myself, although I have accidentally done the wrong day today.
Did you go live today? I thought I seen you live somewhere today.
No, I was supposed to go live this morning. I did that bit right, but the bit after I went live, after lunch, I did what I should have done yesterday, what I did do yesterday, which means that I haven't done the things I was supposed to do today. So I'm going to have to now do those tomorrow instead. So I'm a little bit out of sync, but I have streamed 4 times this week, which is a lot for me. And I find it quite hard work in the sense that I like to try and keep thinking of things to talk about, but I find it really draining trying to do that as well. So it's going to take some getting used to. Jesse, I have no idea how you managed to do it every day for a month. But
I will say the first week was rough. The first week is what was the most draining. It was so tiring because I wasn't used to it yet. So that's when I was having a lot of ums and a lot of like dead space. But after that week, it flew by. Honestly, like so I couldn't believe it.
You're both so cute.
Shut up, you.
Okay.
Look, considering my
Mr. Charisma over there.
We're not all naturals like you, Slack.
Oh, no. He's like, I've done it 4 times this week. You're like, I did them on straight. You count my main channel, my second channel, and Discord. I've streamed for over a year straight.
Hey,
I love y'all.
This isn't a competition, my dude.
It's not all about you, Slack.
How's that electric course time coming?
Hey, drop it. I'm never gonna beat his.
I'm never going to beat myself. It was awful. It was the worst thing ever. Why have you put so many sharp corners in it? It's
wait for the next one.
Machine.
Wait for the next one.
Jeez. So yeah, I've been doing that. I've also been working on my marketplace stuff as well, which is good. I've been creating an entity with custom sounds, animations, and all that sort of stuff, and behaviors. So that's that. I've just about finished that actually, and that's like the core of this first thing that I'm going to be doing. So I'm really happy with the progress I've made on that. So it's going to be building stuff soon and getting my fab team up to speed on what's going on and getting all of that stuff done. So that's nice. And today, my house that I've had on the market since November is finally actually sold. I got all of my many money from it today, and I gave the lady the keys that's the new owner. And now I got to give all of that money back to someone else now, so to be able to stay in the same house that I'm currently in for another couple of years. So,
Wow.
yeah, good day. It's been a good day. That's probably why I've been a little bit thrown off on what I'm supposed to be doing on my schedule, because I've been thinking about that quite a lot.
Yeah.
But that's it, really. I know it's a bit weird because we did the podcast. We recorded it, the last one, on Sunday. I know it's Thursday, so it's nearly a whole week, but it doesn't feel like a great deal's happened between now and then, to be honest with you. And that kind of shows in the feedback. Well, the feedback, actually, we got a reasonable amount, but it's not the usual quality of feedback where I can just pick out things and go, oh, yeah, we'll get rid of that because that's junk. I've had to put everything in. And most of it is just people telling me that they heard the catchphrase that I did at the end of the last podcast. So, we'll start with Rotated Owlface, who says, Foxy, your income from Patreon and other similar sources is absolutely not charity, as you put it. It's payment for services. You're an entertainer and people are happy to pay you for it. The money you get from streams and videos and everything, including donations, bits and super chat, is earned and you work hard for it. Don't put yourself down so. Which is such a lovely thing to say. And I really I don't regret saying it, because what I was trying to do, saying it was charitable, was, and I do believe it is charitable still, is that you guys don't have to give me that money, but you choose to. You choose to put your hand in your own pockets and put it to what you consider a worthy cause. And yeah, you get things in return for that. You get to play on servers and stuff like that. But some people don't. Some people pledge it to the support level. Some people pay it and don't even bother to get any of the perks. Some even don't even join the Discord and get the ranks. You know, and the Twitch subscribers, they don't get anything. And so it is, in that sense, charitable. And I meant that in the nicest way, to say, you know, how lovely everybody is and how much I appreciate that you all do it. And I really appreciate the sentiment that you guys believe so strongly in what we do, that you are wanting to do that. And I don't want that to stop. I think it's great. Obviously, it's fantastic because it means I can do the thing that I enjoy doing the most. And I genuinely couldn't do it without you guys. What I'm concerned about is how tight we're all going to be squeezed. And I don't want to be feeling the guilt. I already feel guilt that you put your hand in your own pockets to give me money. I don't want to feel even more guilt when we're all struggling and you're still doing that. You know, I want people to realize and feel like they can save a bit of money and, you know, not have to worry about me struggling. So that's why I'm trying to shift focus, so that I can put myself in a position where I can continue to do the stuff I love doing without putting everyone else in, you know, at risk.
I wouldn't say charity is the right way to put it. It's the best short term.
Charitable.
Yeah, charitable is a better word for sure.
Maybe it's here's the difference. You can go live or you can put out a YouTube video and you know that you're pretty much going to make X amount of dollars. You know that. If you go work a job flipping burgers, you know that you're going to make X amount of dollars per hour. You don't have that with streaming. You don't have that with Patreon. It's like beginning of your month, you can almost guarantee that something's going to happen and it's going to change with Patreon. Patreon kicks out today. You may have had 2 or 3 people cancel. You may have had somebody else new join. It's unpredictable. Same with streaming. You could stream for a week, 2 weeks straight and make $2, and then you could have one stream where you make 200. It's unpredictable, and that's what's hard about it, especially when you're like, oh God, I got to pay my bills next month, and we're literally 4 days before the end of the month, and I only have enough money for half my bills.
Yeah.
That's where I think it feels like it's charitable, even though it's not a charity. You get it. You understand. It's there's no predictability.
When I was working full time and doing YouTube part time, and I had a patron, it was great because every dollar I got from people in that respect, or from subscriptions and stuff like that, went into a pot that I didn't touch, and all I used that for was for improving my content, whether that was, you know, getting somebody to do me some artwork or a thumbnail, or maybe hiring an editor for a couple of videos, or buying a new camera, or buying a new microphone, or upgrading my PC so that I could do more. And I really like that. But obviously, since going full time, I haven't been able to do that anymore. I had to open that pot and go, well, that's going on electricity, that's going on TV subscriptions, that's going on paying for my internet. And I would like to get back to a position where the people that are ridiculously generous and so kind can do that, so I can pour more back into just creating better and better content. So, yeah. So please don't think I was being negative, Roth, or putting it down and or ourselves down. It was just me trying to recognize what ridiculously wonderful group you all are and how generous you all are. So
Yes.
yes.
Yep.
Right, Jesse, keen anteater.
Blah blah. Keen Anteater says, Foxy, I disagree with your ever-changing, always the same ending.
What do you mean changing? It's the same every single podcast. Do the people not listen to this podcast?
I mean, you can tell them right. Well, tell them again. Tell them again.
Yeah.
You got it so memorized. What is it?
Yeah. What is?
I
Yeah.
can't remember right now.
Oh.
I'll remember it at the end of the podcast.
Your questions, answers are always very good. Mostly wrong, but always good. Slack is always right. His name is SlackLizard after all. And Jesse is always yup giggle. Let's leave it. You are all very, very entertaining.
I
Wow.
like Keen a
Why
lot
is
more
Slack
now.
always right? Because his name is SlackLizard.
My name is
Right?
SlackLizard. You can't tell me what I can and can't do.
Yeah, but doesn't mean you're right.
My name is SlackLizard. I was born with a plan.
Okay. Well,
What?
okay.
What?
What's Meerkat got to say, Slack?
I heard the catchphrase, great podcast as ever.
Yes. See, somebody heard the same catchphrase that
See, I like
at the end of
Keen. I don't
every
like
single
Meerkat no more. I like Keen. Though.
podcast. Wow. Hakuzo says, a bit of feedback on Mojang. They put many resources into side projects like Minecraft Earth or Legends, and the manpower going into base Minecraft feels spread thin. I just feel Mojang is too small to have two main game series that are going on and making spin-offs. Interestingly, I did get a message from, I think it might have been in the YouTube comments, which I haven't been through for the feedback, from somebody saying I think only 3 or 4 of the Java developers helped out with Legends and the rest of it was a brand new team. So our comments in the last podcast about talking about Legends sucking the life out of Minecraft Java Edition might have been a little bit too speculative, but Akuzo seems to share the same sort of feeling that Java Edition seems a little bit lacking at this particular moment in time. So it's interesting.
Goodbye, Java, my old friend.
Because of the heat wave.
Wow.
I ruined it.
Did you enjoy that section?
Yes, I did. It was brilliant. Thank you very much. Have you got any thoughts on Hakuzo's feedback there, Jesse?
I think that I have to disagree in feeling that Mojang is too small. I think that they just prioritize different things. Honestly, like they've upgraded their teams quite a bit. Like there are a lot of people who work for Mojang right now, more than there ever has been, and it just feels like. It just kind of feels like they've put people where they want people. So we might not think that there's enough, but they obviously do. So they know something more than we do, is what it feels like.
And there is another angle to consider here, thinking about it. Last week we also mentioned that Silent Whisper tweeted about the next Minecraft Live is going to show off more developed content rather than sort of... Now, that was also reiterated in, I can't remember which gaming magazine I read online that said exactly the same thing. So clearly that is something Mojang have announced, which probably means that the Java team are very happy with where 1.19 is and haven't felt the need to put loads and loads of time into tweaking it and fixing it. So they've all probably been very quietly getting all of these new features ready to a point where they're almost fully developed so that they can show us that for Minecraft Live and not disappoint everybody without birch, forest stuff and making promises that they can't keep. So that's probably why it seems like they've been quiet, because they've been working on stuff they're not allowed to tell us about. So that's more likely, I think, to be the actual case here. But it does feel like everything's very quiet on Java Edition.
Well, I feel like everything's quiet after, what was it? They made that post that, hey, we learned not to give out too many spoilers now.
Yeah.
And then we were like, hey, let's make an unofficial news update. And they're like, good. We're never going to give you all news again. Oh.
Oh, man. Jeez.
Mr. Balrog says they used 3 or 4 people.
There we go. This is the feedback. Sorry, it wasn't in the YouTube comments. It's literally the next one.
Jeez. Mr. Balrog says they used 3 or 4 people from Mojang and outsourced the entire Legends development. The Mojang people were there to just keep them true to Minecraft, and it was just one from Redmond. What is this? IRC?
I've seen that loads of places on the internet. I have no idea what IIRC.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. The Redmond team being the ones working on Bedrock. Interesting.
What is IIRC?
Right? I am literally doing
If
the
I
same.
remember correctly, or if I recall correctly.
I knew that. I knew
So
that.
it basically means everything
Okay.
I've just said is total.
BS. Mr.
Yeah.
Balrog.
Oh,
When-
that's, you
but
just gave Foxy
this
a
is
new
my
saying.
opinion.
Yeah, you just gave Foxy a new saying right there is what you did. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Slack is.
SlackLizard. I heard your cat. Really? Again? And I absolutely, if I didn't find the greeting in your pocket.
Are you going to read that, or are you just going to
I'm gonna mumble.
Miss
I'm
out the
gonna
good
mumble.
bits?
I'm gonna mumble. I heard your catchphrase. Also, I absolutely love Foxy's voice. I don't find it grating at all. Great podcast, y'all. Thank you, Jesse. I think we found Foxy's alt.
I know, right? I was just thinking that.
I mean, no, not at all. If it was my alt, let's be honest, it would be like Foxy's the greatest. He's better than Slack and Jesse. He's probably the best Minecraft player I've ever seen. He's really good looking. You know. There we go. It's writing itself in now.
Yeah.
Foxy's amazing. Best person ever. Wow, I like this alt account. It's very good. Slack, do you want to do Chris as well, since it's a very short one?
Chris, the dancing alien could be a secret project like the Badger project. I'm so confused.
I have
Okay,
seen
Badger.
the badger going around. Is that like a real thing? Or is
Right,
that
when last Minecraft Live, when Jens went on stage, he had a badger on his t-shirt, and nobody knew, but this seemed to excite him so much, if you watch the Minecraft Developer Diaries, that he was practically giggling talking about it, because the Minecraft Legends game was named Project Badger, and now there's a badger in the game as well. But it was just so funny. It's very sweet to just watch it, like how he'd like clearly trolled everybody, but it's only a troll if people know, isn't it?
yeah.
Like, so he's there wearing this badger, like he wasn't giggling on Minecraft Live, but this Developer Diaries thing, it was just seemed, he had a big smile on his face, like he gotcha. Well, no, not really, but yeah, kind of get it. So yeah, that's what the badger thing is all about. So the dancing Annie could be secret project like the badger project, could well be, but I don't know. We won't know until October the 15th unless we start getting some more tweets.
Very true.
interesting?
Keen Anteater's back, saying, "Yay, you're back. When is Slack and Jessie's album coming out?" With regard to Java, all things come to an end. The first computer I saw was a BBC B, which my elder sister got because she was sponsored by BT to do her degree. My 21st birthday was more than a year ago. There is now far more computing power in my washing machine than that had. Like Foxy said, Java is in everything now, apart from Slack checking Google, new game development, or electric vehicle development. Coding languages will go where the money future lies, so no Java, no future. Another great podcast and lots of iron produced. Listen to it. Thank you so much for earning 33 pennies an hour producing it. Roll on Friday. Thank you, Keen Anteater. That was a mouthful, but I understood and I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jessie's usual. Yeah.
I said yes. That's different.
Yeah.
That's very different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for your
Wow.
comment. Thanks for your feedback. Yeah.
Wow.
What's Kaylee got to say, Jessie?
Kaylee says, "Hey, Foxy, Slack, and Jesse. Just wanted to say that it felt great hearing your stuff hearing my stuff read out loud last week. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed that. And I think that's one of the fun things about doing the feedback sections and stuff is that, we see you."
Yeah, but I bet it doesn't feel quite as good as it did last week, hearing it read out again this week.
Oh yeah, you got the strep throat today instead of the chainsaw, I guess maybe.
No, I wasn't what I was getting at, Slack. I just meant like it was exciting the first time you were on a podcast, but by the time you've had feedback being read out for like 3 weeks, it's just like, oh, did they read stuff on the podcast again from me? Did they? That's interesting.
Oh, they said they talked about me. Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah, Slack, it's your favourite person. They're back.
DJ Chris!
Yes.
Welcome back, Chris. DJ Chris again. I think stopping Minecraft Java updates will help with the modding community because more mods can be made and updated.
This is a double-edged sword, in my opinion, but you two talk first, and then I'll correct you both with the correct answer.
See, there he goes. No, the IIRC, right?
Yes, as far as I recall.
What are we talking about? Modding for Bedrock or modding for Java? Because details.
Yeah,
Java,
I was gonna say this feels kind of like I don't have enough information to go off of. Like what is he talking about?
I'll start it then because
Okay.
I understand completely. So basically, mods for Java Edition, as we all know, when you want to play a mod pack, you were like, oh, well, this only works for Java 1.8 or 1.12 or basically an old version because the game updates quicker than the modding community can keep up with because every time the game updates, they've got to hack the game again, figure out what's changed, make the mod work for all the new stuff. So it's always behind. Think of things like Optifine, which they're dashing to get the new updates out as soon as the new update out is because people are desperate for it. So on one hand, I agree with DJ Chris. If they stop doing Java Edition updates, then the mods will actually be able to catch up to the final version. But that is only going to last as long as people go, oh, well, what's the point in playing Java Edition? Because that version's really old compared to Bedrock Edition. And on Bedrock Edition, we can do this, this, and this.
I told you Thursdays have become a bad day.
Well, I did try and get us to do Sunday Slack, but Jessie just won't have it. Apparently, that's family day, whatever that means.
Yep.
I can't. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna invite the hubs in here, and you guys can tell him why I have to give up Sundays.
Yes.
You
Can't you just
can
do family day on Thursday?
What? No, he works.
Well, that's not my fault.
Well, he can change his day, change his schedule. Yeah.
Oh my
Just like
Come
you.
on, Jessie. The rest of us are making sacrifices here.
Get with the program.
Okay, all right. I like I said, you guys can try to convince him. I'll just leave it to you.
Slack, do you feel ready to contribute to this?
Toretto's contributing. You know what's funny though is only y'all can hear this. This is not showing up in Audacity at all.
I know,
Really?
and it's going to sound so weird when the podcast has just got me going on it. So then I've got to cut it out of the OBS recording and slide it in and fiddle with it all so that people can hear your dogs going crazy. I might just leave it as it is.
You want this nice little program to cut out all these audios, but when I join Discord and it acts up, then I have to switch my mic around on Discord and you can hear everything, and then you're just shocked by the loud noises that the little dog makes. Ain't that right, little dog?
Which
just
brings
looking at
us to the end of today's feedback. Thank you for that, everybody. We do appreciate your feedback. And if you would like to leave us feedback, and please do so, I have plenty to select all of the good ones from next week, then send an email to news@theminecraftupdate.com and put feedback in your subject line. Or you can fill out our handy online form, which you can find via the website, or you can join the Discord and leave it on there. So, right, end of feedback, into the news, and it's going to be a swift news week this week because there have actually been 2 releases for Bedrock Edition today, believe it or not. We got Minecraft 1.19.22 hotfix, and in that, there's absolutely nothing. There is fixed a crash that could occur on some devices when loading worlds with texture packs applied. Fixed a bug where deleting cloud-synced worlds on Xbox would not delete the cloud version of the world when the player deleted the world locally. And fixed an issue on Xbox that could cause players to see a storage full error despite having plenty of storage. So it seemed necessary to push that out as an emergency hotfix, if you ask me. because of all of those incredible fixes that they've added in.
Yeah,
there had to be
definitely.
something with the marketplace there that you missed. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they didn't put it in this time because they thought that podcast, they're going to call us out for only doing
Yeah, they're going to
Market-
call us out on it
Marketplace.
once again. Yeah.
You know, the Minecraft podcast.
The
not that other
yeah.
one that
Official.
that smooth
Yeah.
guy does with his nice voice. The real one.
Yeah, and the
Minecraft
chainsaw
update.
and the strep throat and
Yeah.
the person who can't read. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the squeaky dog.
The cheap knockoff podcast.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
not
Nailed
that,
it.
Not
We're
that
very
smooth,
cheap.
silky smooth.
We're not
pixel.
proudly supported by Patreon like that other one. We're free.
We're for the people, by the people.
No, don't say that because we're going to do Patreon at some point. I've been, this is how I get everyone right. I tell them, you don't need to give us Patreon money because we're earning plenty of our own. It's great. But also, we've just included our new Patreon service. And if you listen to that, you can get extra 5 seconds of each episode with all of the breaths that I've cut out throughout the edit. You're welcome. Right,
This week's
okay.
Patreon podcast is brought to you by,
Yeah. This is the podcast without the deep breath filter added on. There you go. You lucky
Nailed
patrons,
it.
you.
Oh, wait a minute. Is there going to be a non-crisp podcast?
Yeah. Got raw podcast. You can hear Slacks dogs in full HD.
Jessie's AC.
Nailed it.
Amazing. Oh, yes. If you're interested in having a raw podcast, then you can subscribe to us at tier 1 of our patron service for just $29.99 a month.
Hey, that
cheap
seems
and
legit.
very
Yeah.
much worth it.
I mean,
Yeah.
the podcast is expensive. This takes valuable time. I mean,
It does.
the first
It does.
tier alone should be at least $25.
Yeah, well, that's why I thought $29.99 is a good starting point,
Oh, yeah, because then it's
my
like,
goodness.
10,
Yeah.
almost $10 a piece. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Why haven't we started this already?
Please.
Watch, we open it and it does more successful than ours, then we all just
I
feel like
know,
we're
then
doing
we're
something
just-
wrong.
Just done.
Don't need to do
Done.
YouTube anymore. I'm just doing the podcast.
Done with everything.
I was thinking, I didn't want to bring up stuff like that, but like thinking about that, what could we offer? Because we're all so busy. Would we have time to do bonus shows? Would we have time to do additional content for all of the patron tiers and stuff like that? Would it just be more stress to all of our schedules that we probably couldn't keep up with? And then I thought, well, actually, here's a sneaky way of doing it. We take the This Week section, chop it off, and just put that in as the bonus.
Could. Or we could have a second, voice channel that, the patron supporters could be part of. And we just have to mind our. So, say once a month we did, or even. We can record most of them if we just watch what we say on a normal basis. No bashing of ex-content creators or members or anything else like that while we're live, and let them just
you mean
listen.
all the bits I cut out?
Yeah. Just let people just listen to us while we record it.
So we do. So if we do what you're saying, we
It'll be
call
a live
everyone
version.
live.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it'd be a private live. Yeah.
Yeah,
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 support
like
patrons.
with face cam and stuff, and then
Yeah.
that could be
Ooh.
the patron only version. Right?
Yeah, that could be.
Oh,
Yeah.
they get our face.
Yeah. I mean,
Our
I'd
true
probably have
expressions
the
in that
camera
moment.
pointed at the dog or something. It would be a bit more interesting. But
I mean, I don't hate that idea. I don't
Well-
hate that idea.
Well,
Having,
you can
like a
let
live.
us know in the feedback, right? Mm-hmm.
yeah,
if we keep-
you're
are we keeping this
interested
in?
in us being a proudly supported by patron, and you would like, this week of the podcast to be cut off from the beginning and to see our dogs while we record it, then let us know in the
I
feedback
don't
this
have
week.
dogs.
Oh, well, you'll have to just, I don't know.
Well,
put it in
you're gonna have to
kids or
find a
something. Put it in your
Google
AC.
Wow. Wow.
Just route a random YouTube video over it and just put it up.
Rick roll. Rick Astley video on Jessie's feed.
Oh my goodness.
Right. Okay. Right. We've circumnavigated quite a distance from the news, and the next piece of news very important. Minecraft Bedrock preview 1.19.30.25 also came out today, and you
Did it
won't
fix the portal?
believe. Oh man, they have. I can't believe it myself.
I'm sitting here in anticipation, waiting. Come on now.
Two whole things listed in this changelog: graphical and stability and performance. And in graphical, there is fixed an issue with flowing lava and water textures not animated on some iOS devices. And then in stability and performance, there is fixed a crash that would occur on some devices when loading in worlds with texture packs applied. which was also fixed in the one that we've just read out for now 1.19.22. So, I mean, it's a bit of a pointless, really.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah, not really 100% sure why they bothered. But well done, guys. Good job. It's a good use of your time this week. Excellent. Moving on to our last piece of news, which is about our good friend Megaspud. Jay Wells is his real name, is a community manager, and he has just celebrated 5 years at Mojang, which is nice. Good job, Jay.
5 years,
Well
quite a long time.
Yeah.
It is. Jay's one of the only ones that still listen to me sometimes when I've got a problem. So it's nice. It's nice that he hasn't blocked me on Twitter yet. He seems like a genuinely nice chap, and yeah, I'm very, very happy for him. Long may it
5
go
years.
on.
Congratulations, sir.
Yes. Right, we're at the end of the news, which can only mean one thing, peeps. It's time for the Bugdate, and then time for our very special feature. And the Bugdate this week, we've been plagued with bugs, haven't we? Jessie, list them all.
I haven't had one so far that I remember.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. No, neither. I haven't had any. Slack. What about you?
No, just the same old one. Listening to the communities complain about the portal bugs, and now it seems to be even worse with the in portal, especially coming back from the end. It's gotten worse than the nether portals now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good job.
Okay. Well, the good news is that we do have a little bit of a bug date from the community, because obviously we're completely useless. Starting with Zodifile, who says, there is nothing to do with mangrove roots. I built my starter house, an animal pen, and a walkway, and I still have stacks. I've been expecting Mojang to fix this in the last 3 minor bug fixes, updates 1.19.1 to 3. Overall, I'm really happy with their emphasis on parity, but this discrepancy is really frustrating. What? I don't understand the bug here. What's the problem? The bug is that...
On one version, can't you burn it in a furnace, and the other you can't?
Is that what it is? Because mangrove roots, other than for decoration, are just totally useless.
Yeah. There's something you can do with it on one version on Java, I think, where you can either compost it or put it in a furnace. I can't remember which one.
I see.
Yeah, there is a
I
difference.
thought this bug report was complaints that, Mojang haven't given me any creativity for this update.
No.
I don't know how to build with mangrove roots. I'm waiting for a bug fix. Well, no, okay, fair enough. If there's a bit of a parity issue, then, that's understandable. Any thoughts, Slack? You are Mr. Mangrove.
No, don't get me started on mangroves with the roots not rendering from more than 10.5 blocks away.
When I went over to your Elytra course, and I'm like, looking at all the mangrove trees, it didn't occur to me for quite some time, and then I'm like, hang on a minute. This isn't a mangrove swamp. And they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute, there's trees everywhere.
Yeah. Right, okay. Jessie.
What?
The next bug from the bug date, please.
Oh, was there another one? Sorry, hold
It's like I
on.
don't even have it open.
Yeah, don't mind me. I didn't have it open.
Jessie, what?
Sorry.
Can I help you?
No, Lego Steve says, if seaweed spawns in 1 block deep water, you see the side of the seaweed on top of the seaweed instead of on the water texture. Wait, what?
It's
seaweed
not
on
even
the
that.
top of the seaweed instead of the water texture. It's kind of weird. Oh, okay. When you look down on top of seagrass, it is like this weird, doesn't register water. I know what that's talking about.
Yeah, it's invisible water, as I like to call it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's doing it with kelp and everything else at the top of water too. It's really annoying.
It's a weird one.
Bedrock
Visual
edition works
glitches.
perfectly. Yes.
Perfectly?
Expected behavior, don't fix. Works as intended.
I'm gonna lean towards a no.
Okay, put it in the good ideas bin. Excellent. Right, next one.
Keen, not sure if I can post pictures here, but I have a screenshot of a totally dry, breathable area next to an underwater monument on the ocean floor.
That's weird.
Clearly in preparation for these underwater villages we were talking about.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, seems legit. Would recommend. Yeah.
And Minecraft's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I am so happy that is what we have chosen to make content on. Like, I genuinely am, but sometimes, man, sometimes I'm just like, why? Why?
Sometimes you get a bug and you're just like, how?
Yeah.
How?
Okay, right. That is the end of today's Bugdate, which brings us on to our special feature, which is a quiz. I have curated a quiz. I've taken many seconds to find one online. And Jessiie and Slack are not allowed to cheat. So basically, there are two sections. The first section has 8 questions. The second question... No, jeez, I'll start again. The first section has 8 questions, and the second section has 7 questions. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read each question out. You guys are individually going to write down your answers on a piece of paper, and then when we get to the end of the sections, I will go through each one, or at the end of one section, I'll go through each one, and you can tell me your answers without cheating or using Google or the internet. And then at the end of it, I shall tally up the score and see which one of you knows most about Minecraft. Okay.
It's gonna be bad.
Are you ready for question 1?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this.
In what year was Minecraft fully released? Tell me when you've finished writing it down.
Hold on. You
No
need me to
conferring.
get... Where's
No
my...
Googles.
Where, you
Wait.
said
Put your
pen.
phone down.
Wait. You said fully released?
Yes.
Like the... Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm guessing here. Yeah.
Question 2.
Uh-huh.
Minecraft has been used in educational environments to teach computer science, computer-aided design, and what other subject?
What was the question again?
Minecraft has been used in educational environments to teach computer science, computer-aided design, and what other subject?
Okay. Yeah.
Can we go with like nuclear physics? I don't know.
Yeah, of course, do whatever you want, mate.
Yeah.
You just write it down, and I'll ask you for your answers at the end of this section. Okay. Question 3. What is the mobile version of the game called? This may be quite an old quiz.
Wow.
Because neither of you are going to get the answer on that one. But anyway, you might do. Okay. Question 4.
Okay.
The achievement system is known as trophies on PlayStation ports. What's it called in Java Edition?
Oh, man. Okay.
Okay. Question 5. The game follows a day and night cycle. How long does one full cycle last in real time if you're not sharing a world with Jessiie B?
Okay. That's fine. I'm good. Good. 6.
Okay, 6.
Let's skip past that one.
True or false? There are 2 alternative dimensions to play in besides the main world. That's true or false. You don't have to list the... Oh, in fact, I'll give you an extra point if you can list both of the dimensions. Question 7. How many players can play all together at the same time on Minecraft Realms?
That's a trick question. That's
Yeah,
a trick question because
there's 2, right?
there's actually way more.
No conferring. No conferring. Write your answers down. I shall ask you for your answers at the end of the section, which will be after this next question.
Do you want all of the options?
What do you mean? You're only writing one? I'm writing books.
Oh, God.
I don't write as fast as
You
I can
write
type.
whatever you think the answer is, Jessiie.
I have
Okay,
no idea.
question
Okay,
8.
go.
What item do you need to make all of the potions?
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, okay.
Right. So
Yeah, okay.
let's go through the answers for section
Oh,
1
gosh.
then. The
Okay.
first question was, in what year was Minecraft fully released? Jessiie, what's your answer?
Is it 2012?
Oof. Slack?
2011.
Well done, Slack. That's a point for Slack.
Ah!
Okay. Question 2. Minecraft has been used in educational environments to teach computer science, computer-aided design, and what other subject? Answer, Jessiie.
Chemistry?
Well done. Good job, Slack.
Can I say chemistry?
No, not if it's not written on your bit of paper, no.
My answer is yes. That's what it was.
Question 3. What is the mobile version of the game called? Jess?
Pocket edition?
I said Pocket Edition.
Well, that's what I would have gone with as well, but the answer is Minecraft Earth.
Oh, rude. Wow.
That feels so wrong. No.
Yeah,
No.
this is very wrong. The achievement system is known as trophies on PlayStation ports. What's it called in Java Edition?
Advancements.
Advancements.
Correct. Okay. Number 5. The game follows a day and night cycle. How long does one full cycle last in real time, Slack?
20 minutes.
Yes, Jesse.
20 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's impossible. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't
True
know.
or false? There are 2 alternative dimensions to play in, and for an extra point, what are they called? Jesse.
True, the end and the nether?
Well done. That's 2 points for you, Slack.
True. The end of the nether. Yeah.
Well done, Slack. That's excellent. What a good job you did. So, another question that you're both going to tell me is the wrong answer, and I agree with you. How many players can play together at the same time on Minecraft Realms?
I put 3 and 11.
Okay, Slack.
If you're going to go with probably what the official thing would say, it'd probably say 2 or 10.
Yeah, that's what it would say, right?
They don't have 2-player realms anymore, as far as I'm aware.
Oh.
The answer it shows is 10. So I'm going to give Slack half a point there. But we all know that we can get 11 because you can have
Yeah,
10 plus
you
the owner if the
Yeah.
owner
You,
joins last.
can get like 15
Wow.
20, actually, but yeah.
So,
Yeah,
okay.
that's
Oh, yeah, if you're
rude.
doing split screen and all that sort of stuff. Okay, the final question of this section was what item do you need to make all of the potions, Jesse?
Blaze powder.
Wrong.
Yeah,
No,
it
you
is
do.
wrong.
How?
Well, you
need
do
blaze
need the...
powder
Well,
to
I
light-
mean, technically, yeah,
no,
but-
you need it.
Well,
called
that's
BS.
not a potion ingredient
BS.
though.
It
you need a
doesn't-
water bottle.
You
need
do
a water
need a
bottle.
water bottle, Slack. Yes, that was the correct answer, Jesse. I'm going to give you half a point there
Wow.
because that was close enough to...
I didn't think about that. You
You're
thought outside the
technically
box.
right there. You also need a brewing stand.
I was gonna say
Brewing
iron is
stand?
right as freaking a bottle is. Jeez.
Right, Jesse, you got 6.5 on that round. Good
Yeah.
job. You got
No, I
5.5.
got you. You're
Oh,
wrong.
Lord.
You're wrong. You need the bottle because you can get potions from cauldrons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay,
Oh.
you got 5, Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Slack, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. So 6.5 versus 5 there. So you got some catching up to do on our second section here, Jesse.
Apparently.
Okay, section 2. There are 7 questions
no.
this time. Starting with, it's a very, very easy one. I love this question. A school in which country had Minecraft
jeez.
become a mandatory part of its curriculum for 13-year-olds?
Are you kidding me right now?
Write it down.
A school in what country, you said?
Yes. So basically, which is the first country to have Minecraft as part of its mandatory curriculum? Okay. Question 2. There have been enough copies of the game purchased in the UK... Oh, hang on a minute. I'll start that again because that wasn't what the question asked. There have been enough copies of the game purchased for UK residents to have how many copies each? So of all the game sales in the whole world, if you split that just for UK people, how many would we get each? And I
Oh,
think
wow.
I bought most of them.
You bought
I was
most
gonna
of them,
say,
so
yeah, Foxy.
I'm gonna say you can.
Ugh.
Okay, question 3. What was the game initially going to be called?
Oh no.
You've forgotten, haven't you? Slack literally told you before we started the podcast. Question 4. Bear in mind, people listening to the podcast, I should have said this earlier, you can play at home as well. Question 4. How long did it take developers to create the first version of Minecraft?
I have no clue on this one.
Okay. Question 5. Which species, I'm going to call it a mob, began due to a coding error?
That's easy.
Yeah, I think so
Question
anyway.
6. How many BAFTA awards has the game won?
What's a what?
It's a British one, isn't it?
I think it's like a British art something or other.
So this
Yeah.
is like a British survey, so that kind of answers probably the first question that I didn't know.
I was just thinking. So
I mean,
yeah.
it's on groupgames101.com. I stole it from their home of British Academy and Film of Television and Arts. So don't know how it's won BAFTAs. I guess they do computer games now. But yeah, all you need is an answer. Number 7. How did 1/3 of players learn about the game's existence? And it
What?
wasn't just like a group of people that equal half, like a third of the players. Basically, of all the ways that people have heard of it, what's one way that a third of the entire player base heard about the game?
Oh God. Okay.
I have an
Okay.
answer to that. I don't know if it's right, but
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go through the answers then. Back to question 1. I'm going to be asking Jessie for her answer first. What school was the first school to have Minecraft as part of the curriculum? What country?
I
Sorry.
said Sweden.
Ooh, well done, Jessie. Slack.
Yes.
Good job. There have been enough copies of the game purchased for UK residents to have how many copies each? Slack.
7.
Jessie?
I said 5.
It was 4.
Oh, that was my
Well-
first answer. Oh no, that's so bad.
Jessie,
fine.
what was the game going to be called initially?
Cave game.
Well done, Slack.
Hacks is what she just did. Hacks.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've just gone to groupgames101.com.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
How long did it take developers to create the first version of Minecraft? Slack.
About 6 months. Oh.
Jessie,
I also said 6 months.
it was 6 days.
Days. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which species / mob became, was made due to a coding error? You should both know this one. It's pretty common knowledge.
The creeper.
Jeff? Oh, yeah, Creeper, yeah.
Yeah.
I got Creeper wrote down. No, just, yeah, Jeff.
Okay. How many BAFTAs has the game won? Slack.
2. I don't know.
Jessie?
I said 5.
It's 3.
Ah.
And how
Dang it.
did a third of players learn about the game's existence? Very specific.
I
said
wrote
YouTube.
Yeah, I said first I wrote down Hermitcraft, then I said YouTube. So
Well, I'm going to give you both half a point on that because it says word of mouth on social media, which is effectively what YouTube is, I guess.
Yeah.
It says there was very little to no advertising for the game initially. So in that round, Jessie, you got 1, 2, 3.5. Slack, you got 1, 2.5, which means the final scores for Jessie is 8.5, and the final scores for Slack is 9.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he got 2 halves.
Wow. Jeez. That was close. That was very close. Did you enjoy that?
No.
yeah,
Why'd you put
I
it?
did. Hey, I'm curious of what other people's scores were. You know, it's not like we're going to read them out, but I'm just curious. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed that at home, if you genuinely enjoyed us doing that, let us know because I found that really fun. And I would love to do it on quiet weeks where we could come up with something. It don't even have to be Minecraft
Yeah.
questions, but a little bit of a game like that, and we can take it in terms. Jessie can be Quizmaster next
You
time.
know what
Slack
would
can do
be
the time
fun?
after. Go
doing
on.
doing a TB one. Like have the community come up with questions about TB because obviously they've been here.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
been paying attention. So if they made a question thing for us and we all had to answer it,
Oh, we
come
could
on.
do that with the feedback form. If I made a new feedback form, because I think you can put can you do it where it shows you questions but not the answer?
think you
I don't
can.
know. I don't know. We'll have to look at it. But yeah,
No.
if we could get the community to just give us loads of questions. The only thing is, we'd have to rely on the community for giving us the right answers.
Well, we could do that, right? Or we could give a trusted person to read, be the keeper of the questions or the answers, and then have them tell us. Maybe that would be fun to do on the live one.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so if we do this again, then Jessie will be the next quizmaster. So
Okay.
everybody in the feedback, just if you've got a question, send it to Jessie somehow or other, right?
Mm-hmm.
She can curate them all for the next one, and then the next time we've got a quiet week, which is very much likely to be next week, we'll have another one if people enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Well, I really enjoyed that. I
Yeah, it
wish
was
we
fun.
could do more than them. And I also wish that in Minecraft we could have evasive dashing with vertical body swivel. We're in the wish list now, by the way. I'm just saying. What do you think, guys?
That vertical dashing, I think that you're probably right. It needs to be added. Darn
Yeah, so-
vertical dashing.
Basically, when you want to sort of get out of the way of a mob, you would evasively dash with a vertical body swivel, kind of like a forward roll of some sort, and it would enable you to almost dodge your way out of danger. I think that would be great. What do you guys think? Seeing the good ideas bin.
I think it is something that I'm interested in. You know, if they had just called it like a dodge kind of thing, I think maybe it wouldn't be as interesting. But a vertical, come on, vertical dash.
Yes.
I'm here for it in
Excellent.
the good ideas bin.
And Slack, what do you think?
Sure.
Excellent. Yes. Yes. Brilliant. Right, Jessie, what's on your wish list for this week?
So I chose one that was just kind of interesting to me. It was one that's called Giants Biome. And at first I was like, oh, they just meant to put giant biome. But no, it's Giants Biome. And it's basically supposed to be like a fantasy biome. So like really, really large mushrooms, large flowers, large animals, large everything. Kind of like when Alice like shrinks the potion and like everything is just like really big. I think that'd be fun. I think having that kind of biome would give me something interesting. They pointed out that, you know, we haven't had a funky biome in a long time. Like the mushroom one was probably the last one that just like didn't exist. And so they were just saying that they would like more of that. And I am inclined to agree. I think that would be a lot of fun.
It's got an incredible number of votes. And if you look at the feedback page, normally when we look at these, there's about 3 lines of text by somebody that's never written anything before. It doesn't make any sense. This one has so much detail.
Yeah.
It's almost as long as some of the emails we get.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. You could put that between 2 hard pages and call it a hardback.
Oh, definitely.
Wow. Okay. I quite like that idea. Yeah. Yeah, Giants Biome. I think that would be good. What do you think, Slack?
Yeah, sure. No,
I think like the giant mushrooms we've already got kind of already technically are that, but they're not very interesting, are they?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think more diversity in Giants Biome would be good. So I'm tempted to put that in the good ideas bin. If we get all round votes on this, then I'll chuck it in.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, excellent. Well done. We got that one in the good ideas bin. And Slack, I think yours might already be in there because I might have put it in when no one was looking.
Well,
Yeah.
then, you know, I found the official, you know, tracker for it. Shaders. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, do I need to say more?
No.
I love that. If you read it, it says, there must be shaders in Minecraft urgently.
Yeah.
That is the first line of the feedback. Amazing. Obviously, with the option to turn on and off.
Yeah.
So that low budget consoles are not affected. The idea would be that different types of shaders could be activated within the game at the player's choice. At least it is necessary in Bedrock Minecraft. Oh, that's amazing. That's the best. That's the best feedback ever. Oh dear, yes,
I mean,
agree.
they
This
nailed it. They you don't have to get no more detailed than that, though, do you?
No, you don't.
That's it. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That might as well just say shaders, bruh, right?
Yep. That's amazing.
That's the episode name right there, shaders, bruh. Yeah.
I quite like the top registered user comment that says, we need shaders. I've lost my mind just trying to get a piece of it by turning down the lights to the point of shaders. I don't think they quite know what shaders are. Everyone who sees this, vote like your life depends on it, because it does, with 4,000 exclamation marks. The next one says, is incredible. Oh, man. Okay, what's the community got? We got 3 pieces of wish list stuff from the community, starting with Keen Anteater, who says, just an add-on to the taming the dragon with elytra from the podcast. This should have been in feedback, really. You can saddle a horse, so why not equip a dragon, if we ever get them, with elytra? The reason to do more end raiding, especially if you wanted to update, the thing is, Keen Anteater, the dragon already has wings. It doesn't have a saddle. Equipping Elytra, this tiny little pair of wings, on a giant dragon with massive wings is realistically not going to do a great deal at all, other than potentially affect its aerodynamics. So
Dragons will be like, what'd you just put on me? What is this?
perhaps if it was one of those like real life dragons that don't have wings, you know, like those big old bearded dragons, and we could put Elytra on them and fly them around. But I don't think that's the type of dragon we were talking about.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, don't think so neither.
So sorry, Keen Answer, but I did enjoy it. Okay.
Yeah, it's amusing. DJ Chris says, hello, DJ Chris here. I had a great concept for a new difficulty mode in Minecraft Super Easy. This could be a new difficulty mode, making it a tad bit easier to play, like reducing damage by a little bit. Please let me know what you think about this idea.
Well, DJ Chris is relatively new here and may not know that we've discussed this one many times. Or maybe they just went through that episode and they're really liking that episode.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We've been advocates for a more easy mode, which we said we should have. The players should effectively be invulnerable to damage and be able to fly out of situations, just so when you want to play with your really young kids and things like that. So yeah, we agree, DJ Chris. And good news, it's already in the good ideas bin. No, it isn't, Slack. No, it didn't go in there.
I wasn't opposed to that one.
Oh, well, that's okay. Yes, definitely in there then. Good.
No, I was opposed to your all's weird, silly, goofy one. Yeah,
yeah, that's definitely not in the good
idea. I mean, would never.
Right, Hakuzo, Slack.
Hakuzo, I would love to see a way to create subsurface or indoor maps instead of top-down view maps. Say if you're inside a cave, then you open a separate map type that will open the cave interior to the current relative Y level. Ooh, I love that. Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's an interesting idea, yeah.
Yeah, sold. Good idea's been. I don't even think we need to talk about that anymore. It's perfect. We'll have it.
Yeah, like I was confused as I was reading it at first. And I was like, what? And then when they added in the relative, so
you're standing at like Y minus 32, and you've built this amazing thing underground, and you open your map, and you can see it from there.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is, does the map start at the Y level you're stood at, in which case you're only going to see underneath the build you've made unless you've piled up, or does it start like 10, 20 blocks above where you're stood?
You know where this could be a really interesting concept is in map
art.
Map art, yeah.
Map art, because you could take just like one chunk and like Y level 0 be like SlackLizard logo, Y level 1 Foxy logo, Y level 3 this logo, and you could build them all in one area and just have maps from each individual layer. Oh, I really like that.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. I'm sold.
Make it happen.
I'm ready for it.
Make it happen. Make it happen. Yep.
Good. Which brings us to the end of the wish list. Oh, I wish it wasn't over so quickly. But the good news is we are going on to the questions next. And if you want to leave us a wish list item or a question, you can do, obviously, using our email, through the feedback form, or on the Discord. And the first question we got today is from Samson S., who wrote a piece of feedback almost as long as that piece of feedback on the wish list thing that I was mentioning a minute ago. It says, hello there, the Fab 3. There's a lot of thes in that. Hello there, the Fab 3. Yes. Clearly, I touched a nerve in my feedback message regarding Diamond Hunk's voice. Truly, Foxy, your voice is lovely and nothing like a chainsaw on my ears at all. Maybe more like a slightly soiled gardening glove than a silk glove. but truly lovely nonetheless. Yes, slightly soiled, no tail, that's me.
Go out here and work in the garden. Do I want these new gloves that are clean? No, give me these ones that are dirty. Yeah, give me these
the ones with all the thorns stuck in them that you've been picking up dog
been washed,
poo with.
That haven't been cleaned.
Yeah. Seriously, though, you have a great speaking voice. Now, on to my question. Have you guys found that you are dying more in Minecraft lately? Yes, I have.
Yes.
I'm being constantly decimated by Vexes in my raid farm, with the one shotting me, and yet my net tokens of undying are falling quicker than I can get them. I'm not the best at combat, but I don't suck that badly, and those fluttering pests have become a real bane in my world. Has armor been nerfed recently, or are Mojang just messing with me specifically? Loving what you do, Samson. Yeah, they've totally nerfed armor. They've fiddled with it a lot. They've fixed damage, which has caused it to be totally broken, even worse than it was. And then Slack built a ridiculous Elytra course, which just finished us all off.
Oh, wait
I
till the
haven't
next
died in
one
it
comes.
yet.
Oh, I'll fix that. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Add a few more mangrove trees around it, Slack. That'll get that.
Okay.
There's going to be more than one course.
my goodness.
That's an episode probably after the next one. Yeah.
Have
yes.
either of you, have you played with Vexes or raid farms at all since the latest updates?
Yeah, I was messing with just doing raids at like a city, so not like a farm or anything. And those things, almost one-shotted me. One Vex, and I was like, "What happened there, buddy?" And that was good times. The Johnnies though, the things with the axes, those things just murder me. One hit, just gone, and that's not been fun.
Oof.
Yeah, since the update where they redid all the damage calculations, Bedrock is a lot more dangerous now, and I like
It's
it.
deadly.
I like
Yeah, but
it.
it's not consistent though, is it?
True.
It would be
No,
all right if
not
it was
even a
just a
little.
bit more, but it's not. It's totally inconsistent. It's a nightmare because you can't judge it. Whereas at least before, yes, we were probably a little bit more safe than we should have been on Bedrock Edition, considering we get less mobs anyway, and obviously we were taking a lot more damage than we should. But it was consistent. Now it's totally totally random.
Yeah, I would agree
Like,
on that.
I
It's-
fluttered
Agreed.
down onto one of the rings in your thing and died instantly, and then it banged full face into another one and took no damage. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
Fix
where
it.
I would agree that it's really messed up. I mean, it's like I have this tendency to like face plant into things because, well, we were able to do that for years and not have a problem.
Yeah, so we
And
just
I
learned
still
that
face
behavior.
plate into things, and like sometimes it's like, here, you take half a heart of damage, and then next time it's like you take 9 hearts of damage.
Yeah,
Mm,
like or
yeah.
9.5. The amount of times I've been
Yeah.
on half a heart because I've accidentally bumped into something. What? How?
I wonder if
Jeez.
that has anything to do. You remember there was a setting that was changed here a while back, and they were like, we're going to store all of your like trivial damages and deliver them all at once.
Yeah, the damage calculation stuff they
Yeah.
were working on. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it could be.
It's
Could
like,
be.
oh,
Damage
suddenly-
cash.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man, imagine.
I mean, it's a thing.
We filled the cache. We need to unload it. When? Just now. This'll do.
Ridiculous.
Thanks, game. Jeez, that would make a really. I mean, if Minecraft actually worked properly, that would make quite a fun game, wouldn't it? If you could have a game where you just accumulated damage and then at some point at random it would just unload onto you. I think that'd be really interesting. But no, the fact that it does that, it's very annoying.
Damage incoming in 5,
Yeah.
4, 3. Give me all the totems. Let me know the resistance beacon.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, goodness.
And our last of 2 questions, Jessie, is from Remco Skippy.
Remco Skippy says, "Hello, Foxy, Jessie, and Slack. How do you guys deal with or keep out the cheaters and/or hackers from your servers? Keep up the fun work."
Oh, I got the
Let him
answer
in.
to this. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say I haven't had that issue yet. I've never. Well, that's not true. I did come across it, and we just banned them. I mean, that
There's
was
the answer.
Yeah,
There's the
I know.
answer.
yeah. It was only one time. It was ended real quick, and no one has done it since. So, yeah, I guess just being really strict on the rules.
Yeah, and who you let in. That's the main
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people go, oh, you need to give us an application or we need to know you in the community first or something like that. But I don't worry about any of that. I just put a paywall up. If you put a paywall up, even if it's a small amount,
There
and
you
you
go.
say
That's
over
the answer.
18s only, then you just don't get it. You just don't.
And let's be honest here, when people put their money where their mouth is, and if I'm paying you to get onto your support server, I expect a level of rules to be followed.
Yeah.
When people put their money where their mouth is and you're putting money down for, I wouldn't say it's a service, but it's a perk. You're getting a perk out of it for helping support that content creator. Whether that be the only perk you're joining for or not, it doesn't matter. You expect there to be rules. And if you think that whoever puts money down on that paywall is going to violate those rules, I will give you back those few dollars real quick and ban you quick, fast, and in a hurry. I don't need that money, and I am not your puppet.
Yeah, exactly. And I obviously go a step further than that because I have Mitz Katz, who's my admin, that will ask for government ID for anybody.
Oh, wow.
Well, generally most people, but particularly people that you can tell, can't you, when people talk to you. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they're like really insistent that they get onto the server right now, or they use a language that's clearly a lot younger than the rest of us, and MITs will go through that, and we will only accept government ID. And what I can honestly say, since we've been doing that, I have not had a single person that I've had to ban or kick or tell them off or give them a warning for stuff they've done in game. I haven't had to refund anybody. It's been perfect. So it really just comes down to what you're prepared to do to keep people out. And applications mean nothing, and just people's word of mouth means nothing on the internet. If you're inviting people you don't know, put up a paywall and make them prove who they are.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah. Paywall is your biggest stopper. It's some people, why don't you have free community? Because you want to see what happens to a free community. I can make a video on that tomorrow. Put out a free community service. Yeah, they get destroyed. They get nuked, and you have to have rules. And then, all right, so you run a community server. I ran a community server, open to the community for the first 2 years that I did this. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. You can't control what goes in there full time. I think the only person who has it open to the community server now is Silent. Yeah. But he's got a mod team that is like religious on there. Yeah. And like even getting on there, most people are denied. More people are denied than never get on there. Yeah,
it only just comes down to strict rules are hard work at this end, and the sad news, or the sad thing is, realistically, the only way you can guarantee you're going to keep those sorts of people out is to either put a paywall there, because people won't waste their money to come and grief your world in general, or only invite people and that you trust.
Well, I won't say that people won't, because some people will. I've had a few. I've had a few who've joined, got on, and tried to be a troublemaker. And bye, you're gone. And then that information. You think we don't share this kind of information between communities too?
Oh yeah. There are a few names that are
permabanned from every. Yep.
Yeah. So it's probably not the answer you wanted there, Remco Skippy, but that's pretty much it. It's the only easy way to do it. Obviously, with Bedrock Edition in particular, not having a very good moderation system built in, there's no logs, there's no chat logs, there's no rollback systems or anything like that. You really do have to just be ruthless with your rules and who you're letting in. One of the other things to do as well is, you mentioned cheaters and hackers. Hackers is one thing, but cheaters, a person's only a cheater if they've done something outside of your rules. So if your rules are too tight, if your rules are unreasonable, or not what people are expecting, then you probably find you've got more cheaters because they want to play the game the way they want to play it. So if you've got reasonable rules that are, okay, we're not going to have duping, we're not going to build farms that spawn, we're not going to do, go to other people's bases and take their stuff. Reasonable rules that people expect to play on a server. You're more likely to find that you've got less cheaters because people they play that way anyway. And it doesn't matter how many people read the rules when they first join, they will always default to their sort of general play style anyway, and they'll make friends on the server, and those friends will do things together, and they'll just have their own little play style. So just keep your rules, within a good expectation of what a player would actually want to do.
That has to be one of the best things about what we do, especially with us all playing on Truly Bedrock together, because we're all committed to it to a level that, hey, this is also a way that we're trying to make a living at. You can put down your shulker box of whatever and walk away from it, and nobody's going to take it.
Yeah,
that's nice and people see that kind of stuff and they want that, but a lot of people just don't play like that. You know, you're going to have the troublemakers and thieves with community, or not community, sorry, but just open to the public things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and younger people as well that might not have done it very much and just think, oh, there's a sugar box, I can take that. And they might not even be doing it in a nasty way. They might just, you know, we put an awful lot of time and discussion into inviting anyone to Truly Bedrock. But
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's been like that since the start, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So you
It
can't
has to be somebody that you're completely comfortable with, that you can completely trust.
Yeah. And
Especially, I was just going to say, especially if you've put the time and the effort into building a community. And I think a lot of people kind of don't take that into consideration when they just are like, oh, I want to have a server and I want to play with people. They don't think about how personalities and how everything kind of like meshes together. And for me personally, that's a big factor into who I let into my communities is how everyone kind of gets on, basically. So for me, it's important.
Well, yeah, that'd be like us adding somebody to TB that, like, let's just say I'm just choosing an arbitrary number. Let's say 9 out of 10 people inside of TB didn't like a person. You really don't want to add that person to your communities if your communities don't like them, you know? Oh, let's add this person that everybody does not like. Yeah, no, just bad.
No,
bad.
it's
Don't
not
do
a
it.
good idea. And just, yeah, so, I mean, if you wanted to replicate having a server or have a server full of people that you can trust and replicate that environment, it's not an easy thing to do, basically. It takes time. You can't just go, I'm going to start a server today. You're talking like a few weeks to a couple of months worth of process to make sure you've got the right people with the right attitudes and the right drive and the right chemistry between them before you even start that server up. And yeah,
And here's where a lot of people are going to run into another fail. They see places like Hermitcraft and all these other SMPs, and even like us. You think, oh man, this must be really active. These people are always on. They're putting out videos and stuff like that. Would you believe that TB suffers from the same thing that every one of the community servers do? Day one, everybody and their brother's on. Give it 2 months, and you're down to just 1-2 people being on at a time. You know, it's the nature of it. It's the nature of it.
It is. And that is the nature of our podcast as we reach the end. However, I have some breaking news, peeps. I'm just looking at Twitter right now. I shouldn't be because we're doing a podcast, but I am.
It's like me and Jesse playing Minecraft. I mean, what?
It's, believe it or not, the Minecraft preview on iOS, 2,067 slots have just been opened up if you want to get involved with that, because they've removed a bunch of inactive players. So basically, if you join the preview on iOS, which is an absolute nightmare to try and do, you have to keep downloading the previews. If you don't download the latest one, they'll look at you after a bunch of time and go, they're inactive, and they'll get rid of you. So there are a load of slots available now. If you want to get involved with that, you can. But unfortunately, that is the end of today's podcast. All we've got left to do is tell you what we're going to be doing this week. It's starting with Jessiie, who is probably going to be taking some time off. Jessie's got.
Yep, she's taking time off. She's already gone.
Okay. Right, Slack, what are you going to be doing?
You know, It would help if you unmuted your microphone. I was talking. I was like, why are you guys ignoring me right now? Like,
you were quiet for quite some time there, Jessiie.
Yeah. I have no idea when I hit mute.
Oh my God. She was talking during all that.
I was.
You just should have kept quiet then, because that was perfect. If you'd have just ended that there, that would have been brilliant. You've ruined it now. The joke's gone. Jeez.
Joke's gone now. It's over, right? Moments passed.
What are you going to be doing this week, Jessiie?
So I'm taking off until Tuesday, but then I'm streaming Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday next week. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, Slack, what are you up to?
Hammering out episodes.
Amazing. Good. I'm going to be trying very hard to stick to my schedule.
Yeah, I think we're all about to be suffering with scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who gives in first?
Streaming Tuesday and Wednesday evenings on Twitch, Monday and Thursday mornings on YouTube videos going out on Saturday, and that's probably about it for now. I think my vlogs are going to go on hold for a while. Obviously, we've got the podcast coming out, so expect that. And if you want to get in touch with us, don't forget you can leave us feedback, ask a question, you can ask for a wish list, leave us a bug, or just give us some nice questions for our next quiz. And you can do that by emailing us at news@theminecraftupdate.com, or filling out our handy feedback form on our website, or you can join the Discord, which is very fun. All we got left to say is the same thing that I say at the end of every single podcast, and that is, if your game is rated E for fantasy violence, don't let your dog play it.
Toretto, no, Toretto, don't do it.
Goodness.
Was that a good one? Did I do
that was
well?
good. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. Was it as good as last week?
No.
It was the same. It was the
Yeah,
same
okay.
as last week.
Yeah,
Exactly the same.
same, yeah.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed today's podcast, guys. Even though it's shorter than normal, it's been really good fun. So thank you so much. But I'm off now. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey, Jesse, you lost.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I didn't lose. What did I lose?
Cave game. Cheater.
How did I-
Blaze powder, really?
Wow. You literally,
Blaze powder.
yeah.
Blaze
you
powder.
gave
No,
me
you
the
need bottles, okay? Not
need
blaze
blaze
powder.
powder.
You need
blaze powder.
bottles. You need
Yeah.
No, you can get it out of a cauldron. Just
Oh my
saying.
goodness, I'm done with you.
Okay, well, bye.
Bye.
Why don't you just go like you already did once and mute your mic again?
Wow. Okay,
Uh-huh.
that's it. I'm going.
Now not recording.